Hello, boys and girls, first graders. Let's start a new lesson. Please bring your literature anthology and let's learn something new. We will be going to page 42. So remember, we're still talking about the main idea or the essential question of this week. And this lesson, it's what it look like if you live in a city or living in a country. What's the difference? Things you can see only in the countryside and things you can see in a city. Some activities you can do it in the countryside and others you can do in a city. So let's compare and read together.
Genre, nonfiction. Compare texts. Read about what it's like to live in the city or the country.
Right, the genre for this, nonfiction, means it's real, it's true. Comparing how people live in a country will see or do, or others will live in a city, see or do. So let's read together.
I live here. I live in the country. I live in a house. Not many people live near us.
So as we know that living in a country, not many houses, not many tall buildings, and of course there would be not many people, less cars, and probably not many public transportation or not all kind of transportation. You might be not finding subway or trolley or metro, but you might find bus or taxi. All right, so I live here. I can tell from this picture that they live in a country. And they describe where they live in a country, live in a house, not apartments, and not many people live near us. Let's go for that. Next page.
I live in the city. I live in a big building. Lots of people live here.
Do you remember when Pep was in a city? So Pep was looking tall buildings, so something like that. All right. Let's listen to this one more time.
I live in the city. I live in a big building. Lots of people live here.
All right. Over here in this page, you see the word country. It's written in bold, like thick, heavy ink. Over here, city, building. So why these words are in bold print or thick, heavy ink? Because the author who wrote the story wants us to pay attention and know that these words are important. And the whole text or the whole story is about this country and a city. What can you see in a country? What can you see in a city? So they want to get my attention when I read that, oh, these words are important and I need to pay attention, understand them. All right, let's turn the page.
I live in the country. I play in my yard. Lots of kids play with me.
All right, so as you see, the word yard and country important in this page, and that's why the author put them in bold or thick ink. So when I read them, I need to think that, yes, so these kids are playing in a country, they have big yard. Let's find out if you live in a city, what you will have.
I live in the city. I play in the playground. Lots of kids play with me.
All right, so if you go back to this page, you can see that probably 3-4 kids are playing together, page 44, right? And big yard. But over here, the children, look at the background, tall glass buildings. You can see a tram or a metro or a trolley over there. And this is a playground with lots of activities. And look how many kids are playing. Yes, because this is belong to the community. So let's read one more time.
I live in the city. I play in the playground. Lots of kids play with me.
All right. So the bold words or the important words in this page are city and playground. Okay. Also, when we use visualize, when I say let's visualize that, so we are looking at the picture, we are reading the text, closing my eyes, and I try to understand what the author wants me to see. So you seeing this picture in your mind. Awesome. Let's turn the page. What do you think? Yes, school bus.
I live in the country. My school is far away. I ride the bus.
Exactly. Not many schools are in a country because, as we said, not many people. So you don't need too many schools. So you could be, and since the houses are big and there's big front yard or backyards, so the distance from home to school, it could be really far. And that's why lots of people use the school bus. So the bold words in this page with only one word, country. All right. But let's listen to page 47.
I live in the city. My school is near my home. My mom walks with me. Where do you live?
Awesome. So again, the last word here in the bold was the word city. That's mean this is the word that the picture is explaining, and this word is important. So over here, he says, the boy is saying, I live in a city, and my school is near my home. So my mom walks with me. So some kids even ride their bike because the school is just, a couple of houses down or a couple of blocks down. But some other kids that they need to take the school bus, or the parents need to drop them riding their cars. Okay, so if I compare, I can tell there are too many schools here, so I don't need to go to further school that I need to have transportation because their schools are nearby where I live. But in a country, because there's not too many people, so definitely there are not too many schools. So probably the school I would like to go, it's maybe 5-6 miles. So I have to take school bus. All right. So this question over there, where do you live? So where do you live? Yes, we live in a city. Okay, make connection. What might Pip do if he had a day out in the country? So we saw the story and we read our story that Pip had a day out and he was in a city. So Pip went to the museum, he used a city map, he went to the stores, he bought a hat or a cap. So if Pip in a country, what do you think one day of Pip's in a country would look like? Shoot, playing with dry leaves, climbing the trees, jumping up and down, yes, digging holes, but not going to the museum or reading a city map or watch all this tall, big building. Awesome. All right, let's go for our, okay, I'm looking for my spelling words. Yes, here you go. All right, the spelling word for this week, we have 10 words. We covering the short I, sans it, pen, win, hit, sit, miss, kiss, nap, can, out, up. We have 2 words also from the words that we cover, words to know. Remember the word out, up, down, and I forgot the 4th word. Very, very good. So we have 2 of these words, and also covering the strategic analysis with double consonant are the same. So it sounds like one letter. So we have miss and kiss. And then the short I, pin, it, win, hit, sit, miss, kiss, then nap, can, out. Nap and can, covering the previous rules, was short A. All right. You know what to do. We're gonna copy the words here, and then the first column, and then the second column. What you're gonna do? You're gonna cover the words and try to write one by one. So, and then at the end you check. You might need another word, another page, so you can use the back of it and also practice more. You might need to write them more than one time. But the most important, you have to make sure that when you write the words, you write it right, and you check your spelling. So probably you need to copy it more than one time to make sure that you really know how to write it, and then you can do that last activity, which is cover, write, and then check. So one more time: pen, win, hit, sit, miss, kiss, nap, can, out, up. All right, that's it for today, boys and girls. Bye-bye.